What's up, girl gang? Welcome back to the girls' room and welcome to episode 23, I think. 22, 23? I don't know, but we've been here for like 20 something weeks and I can't believe it. I'm having a really good week. I randomly popped off on TikTok, which was like really insane because that just never happens when I post content. But I started posting these Real Housewives of New Jersey recaps once a week. I've done like three so far. I think there's only been 3 or 4 episodes. I'm not sure. But I started posting these recaps and people are loving them. I posted three and I think all three of them, I know one, I think they all have over 15,000 views and a lot of engagement, which is so crazy because I just never thought that people would like my opinion that much. Obviously, not everyone likes my opinion that much, but a lot of tree huggers in the comments, which I love Teresa Giudice. She is the show. And then I'm like, should I be doing a reality podcast or should I really start doing these reality recap episodes? Because they're popping the fuck off on TikTok. It's insane. I can't even believe it. I think I want to do some Love Island ones. I don't know if you guys are into Love Island, but Love Island USA just started and Ariana Madix is hosting. If you didn't know, you must be living under a rock because she has me gagged. She looks insane. She's the literal definition of like when you drop dead weight, you just like glow up when you take the trash out. And honey, she took the trash out. That garbage bag commercial she did, there were many people in that bag and she threw them the fuck out. It's the first of the month. Because Homegirl is popping off and I am here for it. This is also a really, 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 really good season so far. It's only been the first week and I can't believe how intense it's been. So if you're not watching, you need to watch and you can follow me over on TikTok. If you like Real Housewives of New Jersey, I'll keep doing recaps there every week. I feel like TikTok is a fun place for that kind of content. Also recreated one of Ariana's looks for YouTube, so I should be getting that up. It'll probably be up by the time this episode airs. It was a really good look. It was nice to make, and I posted it on my Instagram story. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do. It's at _ the girls room podcast, and I posted it on my story. And the hairdresser Carl Bembridge, I believe is how you say his name, reposted me and responded to me about me recreating this look. I'm having a good internet week with, visibility and connecting and engagement and finding my people. And that's really exciting. The internet is such a scary place because you really can see how like the serotonin hits when you're getting these likes and comments. And that's not a secret. I think many people have spoken about this, but it really is like this instantaneous serotonin when you're like, holy shit, like people give a shit what I have to say. And then you really have to, because then if the negative comments come, you're like, you can't have all these eggs in this basket where it means so much. So I've been trying to approach content in a way where I just post what I want to post and it does however it does. And it's not an easy thing to do because it feels cringy and I'm posting more on Instagram, which is like the scariest place to post because you just know people are lurking. But honestly, people are lurking on my TikTok too. People that I'm fairly certain talk shit about me and their profile views are on and I can see that they're viewing my content and never engaging with it, never liking it, never commenting on it. So it just like feels like it's giving lurk. I don't know. I try to think of it like maybe they're not, maybe they like it and that's why they're viewing my page. Either way, it doesn't fucking matter, right? We gotta keep pushing forward. I've been pushing content out like more than I've ever have before and it's actually felt really good. And I feel like for my fellow content creators or aspiring content creators, even if you're not a content creator, this definitely applies to you as well. I think putting yourself out there in general is such a scary thing, right? Like, it's crazy to feel like you're going to be judged on this like platform, because like I said, like 200 people viewing something of yours or listening to you is 200 people, right? You could look at it like, oh my god, that's not a lot, or you could look at it like, imagine there's 200 people in the room. Now if you take that 200 people in the room and you spin it negative instead of positive, like I have in the past when I said this on my podcast, if you spin it the other way, it's like, holy shit, there's 200 people judging me in a room. And you just can't look at it like that, or you're going to go crazy, because it really is so true. People are going to talk about you regardless of what you're doing. Good, bad, pretty, ugly, it doesn't matter. They're going to talk about you no matter what. So honestly, you got to give them something to talk about. And this is something that I am still learning to embrace, because the more visibility you get, like the crazier it is. Like 20,000 people watched a video that I posted, like hundreds shared it, hundreds commented on it. Like, holy shit, I can't even imagine what it's like when, someone like huge has millions of people commenting and like interacting with their stuff. I can't imagine. And I don't have a desire to be an influencer. I love being a content creator. I think there is a major difference. I love creating this podcast. Like I say every single week, I love it so much. Whether I have 2 views or 200 views, I love being here and showing up, because this feels like very much in alignment with me. And I think eventually, having cool guests, talking about growth, talking about fun things, talking about reality TV, just like all the things you want to talk about in the girls' room. So I think the message here really is putting yourself out there is hard no matter what you're doing, whether it's dating, whether it's looking for a new job, whether it's making new friends, whether it's putting yourself out there with your feelings in situations that maybe aren't comfortable, whether you're ending some sort of relationship, whether it's romantic, a job, a friend, whatever it is. Putting yourself out there in the forefront is like such a difficult thing, and hats off to anybody that is doing it, because the people that are just there just to talk about you doing it, that really says it all, right? That sentence. They're just there to talk about what you're doing because they're doing nothing. So, and that's okay. Some people don't want to do anything or put themselves out there or have a bigger life, for lack of a better word. And that's fine, because life you need the balance of all of the different types of people doing different types of things, right? Like the foundation needs to be there. You need those people that keep the foundation strong, and that's how you're going to like make the building, right? I'm an architect. So you need the people at every level to do the things they want to do. But the message really is, if you want to do something more, you should do something more, because if it's in your brain, which this really stuck with me, and it's a little woo woo, but I'm a lot of woo woo. So this really stuck with me though. I've heard it a few times. If you can imagine yourself doing anything, like if you have this vision of yourself, like I have a vision of myself sitting and recording this podcast across from Ariana Madix and interviewing her. I have that vision. You might think I'm crazy. I don't care. I have that vision. I would absolutely love to interview her. Like, it would be a dream. So if you have that vision in your head at all, if you speak about something that just kind of like comes to you, like, that means that you are living that reality in like a different plane, like a different version of you in the universe already has that. And that's why you have it in you. That's why you think about it. How many times do you see people like talking about, even if there's no timeline, right? Even if it's 10 years later, they have this thing come to fruition, whatever it was. Look at Ariana Madix, right? She was sitting there arguing with that bum Tom Sandoval about how much she loves Love Island, and he doesn't want to watch Love Island with her, and that's what her and her friends do. She's quite literally hosting Love Island. Like, you have these things that you're drawn to, or people that say, I've always wanted. I'll give you another example. And this will be a romantic example because I manifested Amanda being my fiance without even at the time having any fucking clue that she would be my fiance or that we would ever even be together. I was in another relationship, had no thoughts about this. So we did know each other before we were dating. We saw each other out somewhere and we wound up talking for the first time, like actually talking outside of hi, bye, how are you, blah, blah, blah. This is like when we were all going out a lot, partying, drinking, whatever. We started finally talking and like I loved her voice. And I remember my best friend Candace was like, "Oh my God, she has such a nice voice. It's so like calm and monotone and soothing." And I was drawn to her and she was also drawn to me. And we were just talking all night and she we were both in relationships at the time and we exchanged phone numbers and we stored each other in each other's phone as a joke with the engagement ring emoji. So it was crazy. Like, and it became this joke that like I was like her girlfriend. Like it was like a whole thing. Like every time we'd see each other, she'd be like my girlfriend, my girlfriend. Like it was just like we didn't really we didn't think that it was gonna be this what it wound up being. Fast forward, like I don't know 2 years later or something like that, we started dating. So without me even knowing that I would wind up with this person at that point, not even having a thought about it, she wound up being my person. So it's just things like that. You manifest what you say. What you say becomes your reality. And I really do believe that. I'm not really into like the manifestation in terms of like, just think about it and meditate and it will happen. I do think that, like I always say, aligned action, intention, working towards a purpose means everything. So, point being that you really can do things. And if you feel that they're in a timeline for you, then they are. But I think it's really up to you to get yourself there and start figuring out what that means. And I think I said last week, I actually feel like I'm really becoming aligned with my purpose. Something just feels really different. And I feel like I'm getting these little tastes of things. Like, for example, with the TikTok, with this huge celebrity hairstylist responding to me and reposting my recreation of his art because hair is art. And, you know, I feel like these are little, like, can you handle it? Can you handle it? Can you handle it? Getting thrown at me. And every time my heart sinks because I see I have all these views and I'm like, if my head is like, oh God, the negative comments, what if somebody starts personally attacking you? Like, that's part of the game. That's part of it, right? I'm very sensitive. So every time I have that feeling, I'm like, are you really ready? Because it doesn't seem like you're ready because you need to learn how to roll these things off of your shoulder immediately and learn how to deal with not caring what strangers have to say because everybody has different opinions and people are dicks and trolls are real. So every time I have that, I'm like, oh God, I'm getting shown something. I'm getting shown that I'm not really ready. I'm freaking out. And then I have to reel it in and I'm like, no, I'm ready, sort of. I need it in doses, I think. So the way it's happening, I've always been a slow burn type of girly, like a late bloomer. Things happen for me later and things happen for me slower. And I've learned to embrace it because I think that as much as I want things to happen right away, I need the time to actually absorb the changes, go through the motions, go through the feelings, go through all of the things that come along with it. And yeah, so that's all for me to say. If you feel, like I said, that there is something you know in your heart you need to pursue, you should pursue it. And you don't need to pursue it from a place that's like so deep and so serious. It doesn't need to be like, okay, I feel like I am aligned with this purpose and I need to, like, no. If you feel something, do it the way I did it. I called it my exposure therapy era, which was me starting this podcast. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to try it and I'm not going to put pressure on myself. And that's why I don't have attachment to views for this. I would love for it to pop off, of course, but I'm not attached to it because I genuinely love creating this content and I want to keep continuing to enjoy creating this content. And in order to do that, I need to detach from the validation that comes with views, subscribers, comments, engagement. That is the validation that I want to separate from. And I need to just validate myself. Like, you love doing this podcast, so keep doing it. Even if one person's listening, keep doing it. That one person likes listening to you, give them something to listen to. You like showing up, 0 people listened, you had your own little therapy session. Like, it doesn't really matter. If you look at it from a place of, this isn't forever, this isn't serious, this isn't something I need to commit to, fuck it, let me just try it. You might spend a little money. Money comes back. Money's energy. You might spend some time. If it doesn't work out, at least you tried it and you're not like, I don't know. Try everything that you want to try because you never know what might be mixed in there that's really for you that you're like missing out on. And I think, so many people miss out on things that could have, would have, should have, whatever, because they're scared to be seen trying, more importantly, and they're scared of whatever the losses might be. And if it's low risk, you're not spending fucking thousands of dollars on it, then just give it a shot if you can and you have the means to. Why not? I could have recorded, 10 episodes of this and been like, this isn't for me. Or one episode, this isn't, well, not one episode. You got to give it more than one chance, whatever it is that you're trying. But you got to actually build something to really try it and then put that hard work in and then see what that feels like before you are making like any type of judgment call. But you should definitely try it and try whatever it is that you want to try. And you should be consistent with whatever you're pursuing. Consistency is everything and it pays off. It's the same as going to the gym. It's the same as learning a new language or being in school or any of the things. It's all the same shit. You need to show up. You need to be consistent. You need to make a promise to yourself and you need to keep that promise. And keeping that promise to yourself builds confidence. It builds, a certain grit that you're still showing up even when it's hard, even when it doesn't feel right, even when you don't want to. You still do the things that you need to do, right? So I encourage everyone to lean into your exposure therapy era. Try those things. It doesn't need to be a life-changing career or anything like that. It could be like, I want to try friggin' ice skating. I don't know. Like, go do it then. We have one life, right? We have one life. And I have to keep telling myself, you have one life. No one's going to remember this era of you trying and you feeling like you're cringe. And if they do, who fucking cares? And I'm talking to myself right now because I need to be reminded of this constantly. Anytime you hear someone that has a big online presence, whether it's an influencer, a podcaster, content creator, or just anyone who's got any sort of presence, they all say the same thing. First, they talk shit about you, and then they're in your DMs. And it really is true. People talk shit, and then they're in your DMs wanting to know, like, where'd you get that concealer? Can you link me? And you're like, weren't you just talking shit and creeping on me? Yes, they were. And now they turn the tables because you're doing well, right? It's the classic case of people want to be there when you're doing well, and they want to kick you when you're climbing up the ladder trying to get there. So luckily for me, I have an amazing, incredible support system. My friends, my family are so supportive. No dream is too big enough. No dream is too big. And I think it's really important that you surround yourself with the right people that get you, and I've said this before, knowing which friends are for what. And my friend Vic actually said something to me that I really liked that her mom said, and it was something like putting your friends in certain drawers. With me trying to articulate a word properly, but then being from the Bronx, draws. I can't say drawers. um, Putting your friends in certain draws and knowing, like, something like that, knowing what they're good for. I don't remember. I have to like read her text, but it was something like just knowing which friends, what they're capable of, what the expectations are, which ones are low maintenance, which ones need a little bit more love. But at the same time, like all of them show me so much love and support. And it's really amazing because I just hear so many stories. Like, I have never said, I have never said to like any of my close friends, you know, I want to do this. And they were like, no, that's stupid. Not one of them. Every single one of them is like, do it, do it, do it, do it. Like Candace, I've spoken about many times. Like my friend Jackie is also incredibly supportive. Like she's always just like, it's you already got it. You manifested it. And like I just all of them are just amazing. I can't my sister-in-law, my friend Erica, I'm doing some shout outs here. My dad listens to every episode. Like I just couldn't ask for better. My friend Athena, my friend Ed, they listen to like every single episode and all hit me up and text me. And I'm just so grateful to have you guys. I don't think that I hope I didn't leave anyone out. My cousin Ashley listens a lot. Um, yeah. So I don't know. Whoever else there is that doesn't tell me they listen, thank you, because these people hit me up and tell me and talk to me and give me pointers and whatever. It's just really nice. And I feel really, really blessed. Um, After my engagement, I did talk a little bit about some of the stuff that I was going through. And it's really nice to know that I just have this blanket of support. Obviously, Amanda is in that list. I don't think that that really needs to be said. She also listens to every single episode and is so supportive. And I think like it's really impressive, being a partner of someone who does things like content creation and understanding, like maybe not fully understanding, but being able to see their vision is like really priceless. Like I don't ever have to explain myself to anybody in my life about what I want to do. They're just like, we're your fan, go for it, you got it. And vice versa. I'm all my friends' fans in whatever endeavor they want to do. I think my friends are like the smartest, most beautiful, prettiest angels and handsome and all the things. They are literally just, I can't ask for better. We're all just, I don't need to talk to them every day. Everyone just picks up right where they left off. It's just really a blessing. So find your tribe, like find your people, learn who your real people are, and like hold on to them and cultivate those friendships because it's really nice having the support, especially when you're going through a hard time. And you also have to show up and be a good friend too. And we could all be better at that. So I don't know. I'm feeling very, very happy. I'm still on this cloud from my engagement. And the more I'm engaged, or the longer I'm engaged, the more excited I am. Like, how cool is it that you can meet someone and know that like you want to be their best friend forever? Like you want to be with them forever. Obviously divorce is real, but I don't think anybody gets engaged feeling like that. Like I don't like I just could see such a long life together. And I think it's the coolest thing ever just to know, like, whether it's your second person or your third person, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be your first engagement. Just when you meet that person, even if you've had many failed relationships prior, it like makes it all worth it when you have that person that you met. And I protect Amanda at all costs. She is like, they don't make them like her. They don't. They really don't. And I know I always sound like I'm just like, obviously we argue. Like it's not always rainbows and butterflies, except during Pride Month, it's all rainbows. um, I know, obviously, I'm not going to be like, well, we bickered yesterday. Like, I'm not going to come and say that because it's stupid. We're like every couple. We're also two girls and we PMS and we bicker, but there's always a level of respect. There's always love, and there's always more love than there is bickering. And I wish that happiness for everyone. I hope everyone can find their person if they want that. Not everybody wants that, because it really is such a cool feeling knowing that if I had no one, if I had no friends, no family, anything, I have her. And I'm lucky that I do have both. But having that one constant person that's just your support and vice versa, me with her as well, that you have a perfect balance of, you know, just everything like is balanced. There's no someone overexerting so much and the other person not giving anything. There's like a give and pull. I mean, is that how you say it again? Sometimes I think English is my second language. There's a give and take in every relationship. And I've said this before, relationships are not 50-50. But as long as the scales balance out, that's really what's important. And I never feel like I'm left, you know, I feel like there's another quote for this, left like swaying in the wind. I don't know what it is. Left on a plank. I don't know what it is. I never feel like a lone ranger. I feel like I have someone that is there to do the work with me, to make our life beautiful and to make things in our life work. And that's a beautiful thing. So this episode is full of a lot of love. It's full of a lot of love, and it's full of a lot of, um, what's the word? Not pressure, but like it's like a push. Like I want to push you. I want you to go do that thing. Go do that thing. Go on that date. Go try that sport. Go try that new endeavor. Whatever it is that has been on your mind, I want you to go and do it. I want you to be brave and bold and go grab life by the balls and go try new things. Get into your exposure therapy era. I cannot recommend it enough. It changed my life. Listen, if you're like fully happy and don't need exposure therapy, then don't do it. But I do feel like most people have a thing that just sits in the back of their head that they can't do or can't get to. And I know everyone's life is different. Some people have kids, they work multiple jobs, they can't do it. But if you could find a little slither of time, even if it's just like meditating, like you always wanted to meditate, but you didn't. It doesn't need to be a big thing, or you always wanted to start journaling, but you didn't. Or you work from home and you never get ready anymore, and now you want to do a little something. Just something that makes you feel good. Go get a pedicure. Go do something. The girlies need pedicures. Go get a pedicure. Go get your nails done. Just treat yourself and love yourself and be kind to yourself and be patient and extend the grace to yourself that you give others. Because I feel like a lot of times we give grace to other people and we don't give it to ourselves. So show yourself a little patience and a little love. We are all always going through so many changes. Life is always evolving, revolving. Things are not constant, only change is constant. And that's actually the beautiful thing about life. So find your people who are the constant in an ever changing world and do things that you love and take care of yourself. So that's my message for today. I think maybe next week I'm going to do like a summer glow up episode for things that I'm doing to glow up. I literally am starting to have a defined face and I cannot believe it. And it's not Botox or filler. Like I did the masseter Botox once and I don't think that it's that. I definitely think that it's from mouth tape, which I think I talked about briefly. And mouth tape is amazing, especially if you're a freak mouth breather like me, because I always slept like and like catching flies, and it's not cute because you wake up and you're so dry and whatever. And I never realized that like this is a muscle that needs to be worked under here and you could feel it. And I never thought about that. And I thought mouth tape was good just for, you know, closing your mouth when you're asleep, which is great for fresher breath. Nose breathing is incredible. My dad always tells me about this book called The Oxygen Advantage. I never read it, but he actually was mouth taping years ago before it was a trend. Miles been up on the health and wellness trends before they were trends. He used to mouth tape. I don't think he does it anymore, but I saw him doing that like years ago. And then the Skinny Confidential came out with their like really cute mouth tape that the branding is incredible. So obviously I was like, oh, I want a mouth tape now because this mouth tape is so cute. It comes in this really cute like traveling case. Obviously this is not sponsored. I'm not like an influencer. Oh my God, I only have one left. Only got one left. Comes with 45, but how freaking cute are these? Like, you wake up with the cutest, prettiest pink little pout. I am actually obsessed with it. Super comfortable. It has this little slit for if you want to drink water out of a straw, and just to make it a little more comfortable if you're new to mouth taping. Oh my God, is this the fucking longest siren? Holy shit. Why is it so slow? Anyway. Oh, hello, mommy. Hi, baby girl. She's back. Oh, and she's very hot. She was on the balcony. Very comfortable, very easy to take off. I know Lauren Bostic, if you don't know who. Mommy. Mommy. Okay. She's the best. I never want to hurt her feelings. Lay down. Come here. True Velcro dog. Down. Lauren Bostic always says that she takes it off with like a little facial spray. I actually have no issue just peeling it off. It doesn't hurt or anything like that. But if you're very sensitive, maybe, or you could do a little oil cleanser and it should come right off. But I don't find it to be crazy, crazy, crazy sticky. But I just think they're like the cutest fucking thing ever. I'm obsessed. And once you get like more pro at mouth taping and you're more comfortable, and you feel like you don't need this little breathing hole thing or water hole, whatever you want to call it, you know, this is a sign that your dog really trusts you when they sit with their back to you and their butt on you. I love her. I know you can't see it in this camera, but she's got her little booty on me. Like I've been trying to say for 10 minutes, once you are used to this, you can move this hole like up or down. So you don't have it in the slit, and you can make it like really tight so that your mouth is actually like really shut. So now that I've been doing it for 44 days, because there was I think 45 in the pack, I put the slit either on my bottom lip or my top lip and get it really tight so that my mouth is actually taped fully shut. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for this week's episode. I am not doing a high and low of the week because it's just been a good week so far. There are obviously things that don't go well all the time, but I don't know. I might not do those every week anymore. Maybe if I feel like I have like a major low. I mean, I guess I don't only have to share like a major low, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'm having some trouble with productivity and I'm having some trouble sleeping. So that could be my low of the week. I've been getting to bed late. I've kind of been out of my routine. I need to get back into it. I'm waking up later than I want to, and I'm so exhausted and tired, and I'm not really loving feeling like that because I am waking up in the morning at like 8:30 when I really want to be getting up at like 7, which is already hard for me. So yeah, I need to do better with that. I need to get more movement in. And, you know, those are my lows of the week. But like I always say, progress isn't linear and we're working on bettering ourselves. So that's that. My high of the week is obviously all the things I shared in this episode were really important for me to share. I think I really like this episode. And yeah, so go out there, get in your exposure therapy era, get uncomfortable, and go do that thing, whatever it is. So peace out. So that's it for today's episode. Let me know what you guys think. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all of the things. You could follow me over on Instagram, put it here. And yeah, I hope to see more of you. Feel free. Mommy. I hope to see more of you here, and I hope you enjoy this episode. If you do, please let me know. And as always, share your topics, comments, concerns, problems, stories you want to share to tgrpod.nyc@gmail.com. It can be anonymous if you want it to be. You just let me know in that email. It's still dry as fuck, so I would love to hear from you guys, and I'll see you next week for another episode of the the girls room. And also, I need a tagline. Can you guys help me with the tagline? Because I feel like I want a tagline to like open and close the episode, but I really can't think of one. So anyway, mommy, say bye. Anyway, love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.